Well, I was going to release a short video talking about that 30-second teaser trailer for Netflix's upcoming Skull Island show. I'd written a script, recorded my dumb voice, and was ready to run off and make a nice little video for you guys when, Huh? What? Huh? Boom! Here comes a full-length trailer, offering a lot more information and sending me back to square one. Alright, let's dissect this succulent morsel.
Now comes the really icky part.
We start off with the introduction of Mike and Charlie, who become washed up on the mysterious Skull Island, and are immediately greeted by a welcome wagon of crab monsters. I want to make note of something I've noticed in these trailers. You can absolutely determine the allegiance of certain monsters based on whether or not they have pupils. Let's be clear, Kong and this bulldog-looking thing both have pupils, which means they will be allies to our humans, whereas every monster without pupils is a mindless asshole who wants murder for dinner. Speaking of dinner, did we just see Kong eat an alligator? Damn, is there anything this guy won't eat? Gators, fish, brains, his own balls in a fight? Now what's interesting here is this dialogue from Mike.
It's all my fault.
It's all my fault. How is this his fault? He seems too young to be a ship captain, so I doubt he had any say in determining the course of whatever expedition they were on, so I'm curious to see why the group was at sea to begin with. Also, I find it interesting that though they've encountered this girl who seemingly has been on the island for quite some time, she seemingly has never seen Kong before, even saying,
That is a big monkey.
Is that a monkey?
Also, in terms of callbacks, Mike says an old GI told him about Skull Island, and I'm praying to whatever is holy that the GI he's referring to was a character in the Skull Island film. I like continuity in my universes, so I'm hoping this show will reference the Skull Island film, as well as leave breadcrumbs for the upcoming Godzilla x Kong sequel. I'm hoping it'll be something akin to how Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars TV show directly led into Star Wars Episode 3. But we can only wait and pray. Back to the trailer, and we're introduced to our human villains, the Men in Vests. I'm not sure where their allegiances lie, being that we see them with the other half of our protagonists from time to time. Though those characters don't have weapons, so they may be prisoners to the Vest Men? The Vest guys also have this proton pack looking thing on their backs, whose purpose we can merely guess at. I would put my money on them attempting to find and harness that newly introduced blue power that covered the Hollow Earth. It may be possible there's a hidden cache of it on the island somewhere. There's also a possibility that the Vests may be mercenaries sent by Apex to harness that energy. Also, we have to talk about Native Girl. And of course, we have to show she's more capable than the men right off the bat, because we live in the current day and age.
Are all boys as useless as you?
I can also safely say that we can determine the morality of every character she interacts with, because in this current political climate, we know that any woman of color who has animal friends will always be in the right, and all the boys should just sit back and gawk in amazement at this shining beacon of modern femininity. I will say a positive takeaway from this cringy-ass scene is that we get our first glimpse of blood. Ho ho ho, we're in business, boys! Being that this show is being animated by the same studio that did the Castlevania Netflix series, I know they know their way around good fights and bountiful gore. And on an island teeming with man-eating monsters, by golly, we should be getting a heaping helping of violence. By the way, I never talked about it before, but I absolutely loved the Castlevania Netflix series and highly recommend it. It got me in with the voice acting and kept me with the amazing animation. Seriously, watch it. Back to the trailer, and we have this giant tentacle monster to deal with. I'm assuming it's taking the place of the Storm as the gatekeeper to Skull Island because, as you can see, there's no Storm. It's odd, because it was the biggest impediment in the plot of Kong Skull Island, and also the reason Kong had to leave the island in Godzilla vs. Kong. But I guess there was some nice peaceful period in between where the Storm up and disappeared, allowing this plot to take place. That's pretty convenient. Anyway, it seems this new tentacle monster will be the plot device that gets our characters to the island and keeps them there. It may even be one of the final bosses Kong has to contend with to help the humans escape in the end. Now it appears that after the initial shipwreck caused by the monsters, the group will be split in two, a la the Skull Island film. The adults will be with the Vest Men, most likely taken prisoner, being that they don't seem to care to reunite the group. I'm curious to see how they got to the island themselves, and what their base of operations will be. Anyway, it's time for some big monster action. You know, one of the complaints from the teaser trailer was that all the monsters featured are human-sized, not Kong-sized. So I was looking forward to seeing some real big baddies, and it seems we've got a few. We've got the hentai monster, obviously, and of course we need the obligatory skullcrawler. We also have what appears to be a group of large orangish reptiles, as seen here. Kong appears to have killed one and the others seem none too pleased about it. However, we also get a glimpse of this chameleon-looking guy chilling by Kong's side, meaning that Kong has allies on the island. Well, I'll be interested to see how that relationship works. And oh yeah, we got dudes getting eaten by gators, and it appears to be the same guy who Native Girl tried to choke out earlier. And then we have something I'm really curious about. It looks like we have a group of demons, all congregated on some otherworldly-looking mass. Honestly, it kind of looks like Shin Gojira's tail. I know it isn't, but there is a likeness. These creatures are probably some of the more interesting this new lineup has to offer. Maybe they're all congregated here because they're attracted to whatever element or power source the proton packs are intended for. It looks like we also have Kong ripping off the ribs of a skeleton far bigger than him and throwing it like the Beast Titan at an unseen foe. He also wields them bones like a young Thorfinn. I'd love to see Kong put those to good use. Then we have an interesting moment here where Dr. Lady pulls a gun on the guy with the white beard, who I assume is the father character. That's interesting, because the Vest guys don't seem to be alarmed that she has a weapon, meaning that, hold up, she could be the one leading the Vest guys, and is actually,
wait for it.
Alright, I am down for a morally gray female character a la Emma Russell, who hopefully gets a more deserving comeuppance. It certainly won't be being eaten, though, seeing as we see her being freed from the jaws of a dead monster, presumably a skullcrawler. She's definitely got enough plot armor to carry her to the end. You know who doesn't have plot armor? This little guy. Smash, smash, smash! That's what I'm talking about. If we're gonna have Kong pitching like the Beast Titan, slashing like Thorfinn, and splatting monsters all up and down this island, dude, color me there. Then we have to deflate all of this promise with one douche-chillingly bad line.
You know what they should have called this place? Not Great Island.
Not Great Island? Now listen. I know you want to tag the end of your trailer with a good line, but that wasn't it. It's like ending a concerto with a wet fart. It literally hurts my brain. But whatever. Let's focus on the positives. We've got characters with clear motivations and gray morality. We've got some cool-looking monster fights. And we have some extensions to the lore that seem like they could prove very interesting. I don't know, boys. I don't like the Monsterverse, but I'm leaving space in my heart for this upcoming animated feature. Maybe it'll be exactly what I need to reignite my hope for this universe. Well, guess we'll be finding out in about a week or so. Until then, later! Oh, by the way, I was looking up some stuff on that live-action Godzilla series supposedly in the works, and I saw that Anders Holm had signed on. Coincidentally enough, did you know that he once got trashed by the late, great Patrice O'Neal, who I featured in my last video? Play the tape, Your Honor.
Anders, go ahead.
Yo, guys, I'm kind of here with Patrice O'Neal, more or less. What's up, dude? How you doing? Good, man. Why's every white guy like the new characters? I don't give a like, I'm this day. He's like, so what's the deal, man? Shaking on the statue. It. I'm trying to make it work. Let's do it again.
I'm here with Patrice O'Neal, being a white man.
Fake guy. I don't care, man. I don't get it. What's wrong with the society? That's my job to be angry.
It's been real. Back to you guys.
And I know that was sarcasm somehow.